Imagine a world where you never have to wait on hold again, where your customer service queries are answered instantly, and where the person on the other end of the line is always friendly and patient. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you that this world is already here, and it's not thanks to a surge in human customer service reps, but rather the rise of AI call centers? I've been looking into this, and I'm both amazed and a little concerned about the implications. The fact that machines can now handle complex customer inquiries with ease is a game changer. It's not just about answering simple questions, like "What's my password?" or "When will my package arrive?" AI-powered customer service can actually troubleshoot issues, offer personalized solutions, and even detect the emotional tone of the customer's voice. And the best part? It's available 24/7, without any breaks or time off. I mean, can you imagine having to call a customer service number and getting a human rep who's just as tired and grumpy as you are? It's a nightmare, right? But with AI, that's a thing of the past. But here's the thing, as amazing as this technology is, it's also raising some serious questions about job replacement. I've spoken to friends who work in customer service, and they're worried that they'll soon be out of a job. And it's not just customer service reps. Automation is affecting all sorts of industries, from manufacturing to healthcare. It's a bit like the self-checkout machines at the supermarket. They're convenient, but they're also putting cashiers out of work. And that's a tough pill to swallow. As I've been learning more about this, I've started to think about the bigger picture. What happens when machines can do everything that humans can do, but faster and more efficiently? Do we just sit back and enjoy the ride, or do we start to think about the consequences? And what about the human touch? Don't we need that in customer service, or can machines really replicate it? I'm not sure I have the answers yet, but I'm excited to explore this further. One thing that's clear is that AI call centers are the future. They're already being used by companies like IBM and Microsoft, and they're saving millions of dollars in the process. It's like having a super efficient, always-on robot that can handle any customer query that comes its way. And the best part? It's not just about saving money, it's also about improving customer satisfaction. When customers can get their issues resolved quickly and easily, they're more likely to come back and do business with you again. It's a bit like going to a restaurant and having a great experience. You're more likely to go back, right? But what about the jobs, though? That's the question that keeps me up at night. I mean, I know that automation has always replaced certain jobs, but this feels different. This feels like a whole industry is being turned on its head. And it's not just customer service reps, it's also the people who work in IT, who have to set up and maintain these systems. It's a bit like the shift from horse-drawn carriages to cars. It was a huge disruption, but it also created new opportunities. So, what are those opportunities, and how do we make sure that people are equipped to take advantage of them? As I've been thinking about this, I've started to realize that it's not just about the technology, it's also about the people. It's about how we respond to change, and how we support each other through the transition. It's a bit like when the internet first came out, people were scared, but it also opened up new possibilities. And I think that's what we need to focus on, the possibilities. What are the new jobs that will be created, and how can we make sure that people have the skills they need to succeed? And that's where things get really interesting. Because when we start to think about the possibilities, we start to think about the potential benefits of AI-powered customer service. For example, it could mean that customer service reps can focus on more complex, high-value tasks like resolving difficult issues or providing personalized support. It could also mean that companies can offer 24/7 customer service, without having to pay for a team of humans to work around the clock. It's a bit like having a superpower. You can do more, with less. But what about the downsides? What about the potential risks of relying on machines to handle customer service? I mean, what if the system fails, or what if the machine makes a mistake? Those are all valid concerns, and they're concerns that companies are going to have to address. It's a bit like when you're driving a car, you have to make sure that the brakes are working, and that the steering wheel is secure. You have to make sure that the system is safe, and that it's going to work as intended. As I've been exploring this topic, I've started to think about the human element. What do we lose when we automate customer service? Do we lose the empathy, the understanding, the human touch? Or can machines really replicate that? I'm not sure I have the answer yet, but I do know that it's something we need to consider. It's a bit like when you're talking to a friend, you want to feel like you're being heard, and like you're being understood. And that's something that machines can struggle with. So, what's the future of customer service? Is it all about machines, or is there still a place for humans? I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I think that machines can handle the simple, routine tasks, but when it comes to complex, emotional issues, humans are still the best bet. It's a bit like when you're going to the doctor, you want a human doctor, not a machine. You want someone who can understand you, and who can provide personalized care. As we move forward, I think we need to be aware of the potential risks and benefits of AI-powered customer service. We need to make sure that we're using machines in a way that complements human customer service, rather than replacing it entirely. It's a bit like when you're playing a sport, you want to use the right tools, at the right time. You don't want to use a machine to do something that a human can do better. And that's where I think we are right now. We're at a crossroads. We can choose to use machines to augment human customer service, or we can choose to replace it entirely. It's a big decision, and it's one that's going to have far-reaching consequences. So, what do you think? Are you ready for a world where machines handle customer service, or do you think we need to slow down and think about the implications? As I reflect on this, I realize that it's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it, and what we value as a society. Do we value efficiency and convenience above all else, or do we value the human touch? I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I think that we need to find a balance between using machines to improve our lives, and making sure that we're not losing something essential in the process. But what's the alternative? Do we just stick with human customer service and hope that it's enough? Or do we try to find a new way, a way that combines the best of both worlds? I think that's what we need to explore, a way to use machines to augment human customer service, rather than replacing it. It's a bit like when you're cooking a meal, you want to use the right ingredients, at the right time. You don't want to use a machine to do something that a human can do better. As we look to the future, I think we need to be excited about the possibilities, but also cautious about the potential risks. We need to make sure that we're using machines in a way that benefits everyone, not just a few. It's a bit like when you're playing a game, you want to make sure that everyone has a chance to win. You don't want to use a machine to cheat, or to get an unfair advantage. And that's where I think we are right now. We're at the starting line. We're just beginning to explore the possibilities of AI-powered customer service, and we're just starting to think about the implications. It's a bit like when you're on a journey, you're not sure what's around the corner, but you're excited to find out. So, what do you think? Are you ready to take the first step, and see where this journey takes you? As I think about this, I realize that it's not just about the technology, it's about how we respond to change. It's about how we adapt, and how we evolve. It's a bit like when you're learning a new skill, you need to be patient, and you need to be persistent. You don't give up, just because it's hard. But what if I'm wrong? What if machines can't really replicate the human touch, and what if we're making a mistake by relying on them? That's a possibility, and it's something that we need to consider. It's a bit like when you're making a decision, you need to weigh the pros and cons, and you need to think about the potential risks. As I've been exploring this topic, I've started to think about the potential consequences of our actions. What happens if we replace human customer service with machines, and what happens if we lose the human touch? Those are big questions, and they're questions that we need to answer. It's a bit like when you're looking at a puzzle, you need to find the right pieces, and you need to put them together in the right way. And that's where I think we are right now. We're at the edge of something new, something exciting. We're at the edge of a world where machines can handle customer service, and where humans can focus on more complex, high-value tasks. It's a bit like when you're standing on a cliff, you're not sure what's below, but you're excited to find out. So, what do you think? Are you ready to take the leap, and see where this journey takes you? As I think about this, I realize that it's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it, and what we value as a society. Do we value efficiency and convenience above all else, or do we value the human touch? I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I think that we need to find a balance between using machines to improve our lives, and making sure that we're not losing something essential in the process. And that's where I'll leave you today, with a question, and with a challenge. What do you think the future of customer service looks like, and how do you think we should be using machines to improve our lives? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to continue this conversation. If you're as curious as I am about the future of AI and its impact on our lives, then join me on this journey, and let's explore the possibilities together. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest developments, you can subscribe to my channel.